Genesis 39. The traders who bought Joseph took him down to Egypt. They sold him to the captain of the Pharaoh's guard, Potiphar. The Lord helped Joseph become a successful man. Joseph lived in the house of his master, Potiphar the Egyptian. Potiphar saw that the Lord was with Joseph and that the Lord helped Joseph be successful in everything he did. So Potiphar was very happy with Joseph. He allowed Joseph to work for him and to help him rule the house. Joseph was the ruler over everything Potiphar owned. After Joseph was made the ruler over the house, the Lord blessed the house and everything that Potiphar owned. The Lord also blessed everything that grew in Potiphar's fields. The Lord did this because of Joseph, so Potiphar allowed Joseph to take responsibility for everything in the house. Potiphar didn't have to worry about anything except deciding what to eat. Joseph was a very handsome, good-looking man. After some time, the wife of Joseph's master began to pay special attention to him. One day she said to him, "Sleep with me." But Joseph refused. He said, "My master trusts me with everything in his house. He has given me responsibility for everything here. My master has made me almost an equal to him in his house. I cannot sleep with his wife. That is wrong. It is a sin against God." The woman talked with Joseph every day, but he refused to sleep with her. One day Joseph went into the house to do his work. He was the only man in the house at the time. His master's wife grabbed his coat and said to him, "Come to bed with me." But Joseph ran out of the house so fast that he left his coat in her hand. The woman saw that Joseph had left his coat in her hand and had run out of the house. She called to the men outside and said, "Look, this Hebrew slave was brought here to make fun of us. He came in and tried to attack me, but I screamed. My scream scared him away, and he ran away, but he left his coat with me." Then she kept his coat until her husband, Joseph's master, came home. She told her husband the same story. She said, "This Hebrew slave you brought here tried to attack me, but when he came near me, I screamed. He ran away, but he left his coat." Joseph's master listened to what his wife said and became very angry. So Potiphar put Joseph into the prison where the king's enemies were held, and that is where Joseph remained. The Lord was with Joseph and continued to show him kindness, so the commander of the prison guards began to like Joseph. The commander of the guards put Joseph in charge of all the prisoners. Joseph was their leader, but he still did the same work they did. The commander of the guards trusted Joseph with everything that was in the prison. This happened because the Lord was with Joseph. The Lord helped Joseph be successful in everything he did. Genesis 40. Later, the two of the Pharaoh's servants did something wrong to Pharaoh. These servants were the baker and the man who served wine to Pharaoh. Pharaoh became angry with his baker and wine server, so he put them in the same prison as Joseph. Potiphar, the commander of Pharaoh's guards, was in charge of this prison. The commander put the two prisoners under Joseph's care. The two men continued to stay in prison for some time. One night, both of the prisoners had a dream. The baker and the wine server each had his own dream, and each dream had its own meaning. Joseph went to them the next morning and saw that the two men were worried. He asked them, "Why do you look so worried today?" The two men answered, "We both had dreams last night, but we don't understand what we dreamed. There is no one to explain the dreams to us." Joseph said to them, "God is the only one who can understand and explain dreams, so I beg you, tell me your dreams." So the wine server told Joseph his dream. The server said, "I dreamed I saw a vine. On the vine there were 3 branches. I watched the branches grow flowers and then become grapes. I was holding Pharaoh's cup, so I took the grapes and squeezed the juice into the cup. Then I gave the cup to Pharaoh." Then Joseph said, "I will explain the dream to you. The 3 branches mean 3 days. Before the end of the 3 days, Pharaoh will forgive you and allow you to go back to your work. You will do the same work for Pharaoh as you did before. But when you are free, remember me. Be good to me and help me. Tell Pharaoh about me so that I can get out of prison. I was kidnapped and taken from the land of my people, the Hebrews. I have done nothing wrong. I should not be in prison." The baker saw that the other servant's dream was good, so he said to Joseph, "I also had a dream. I dreamed there were 3 baskets of bread on my head. In the top basket there were all kinds of baked food for the king, but birds were eating this food. Joseph answered, I will tell you what the dream means. The 3 baskets mean 3 days. Before the end of the 3 days, the king will take you out of this prison and cut off your head. He will hang your body on a pole, and the birds will eat it. 3 days later, it was the Pharaoh's birthday. He gave a party for all his servants. At the party, Pharaoh allowed the wine server and the baker to leave the prison. He freed the wine server and gave him his job back, and once again the wine server put a cup of wine in Pharaoh's hand. But Pharaoh hanged the baker, and everything happened the way Joseph said it would. But the wine server did not remember to help Joseph. He said nothing about him to Pharaoh. The wine server forgot about Joseph.